It's another day to get going on the old 96. I segregated out parts that are the candidates for the bike. We gotta get this 96 going. Today we'll be putting those on, and that's the way I do it. So we've got the throttle system that I had chosen to go on here. This is probably off of, I can't say for sure what this is off of. In a situation like this where you don't have anything on the bike, you could get confused as to what should go on first. Really, what's most important up front here is the routing on your throttle. You don't want it to where when you turn the handlebars it increases your throttle. And you can see where this has been running on a used bike. You can see here's where the throttle cables came through. Okay, so this is the cable that I had chosen to go on there. No. Here's the cable I had chosen to go on there. And after putting this on, I find that it's got too much free play. So I'm going to try matching up against this other worst cable out of the bin. See what we come up with. This one doesn't appear to have an end on it either. But maybe it's in better shape. It feels good. But we have to take this apart and find out what the deal is. Boy, that's a greasy sucker. Okay, this is the cable off the black bike. It's the cable off of the one I was going to use. And we want to check free play. With this end screwed all the way in and the cable all the way, it appears to be exactly the same. Looks like it's a little longer. This looks like about the worst complete cable I have. So, good candidate for the old 96. We're building the 96 out of the worst parts I can come up with, out of the bin. With your throttle housing mocked up on the handlebars and your cables pretty much routed, next thing you want to do is get this hooked up to the carburetor. Okay, so we got to hook up the carburetor. You gotta get the little barrel in there. That should be first thing. I get it in halfway started there. Loop the excess back on itself. And then swing it over into place. I don't know if you can see that, but we have to get that in there. Cable portion into the slot. So now here's where we got to clear the slot. Holding on the barrel, send your cable back and loop it back on itself until you can get that. Here's what I'm talking about. Just like so. Did you see that? Check your play. That's too much play. If you look at it, up in here, the cable's hardly even following the trough it's got to ride in because it's got so much extra. Then you want to get your screw into place that holds the bracket. There's the top. Now the bottom. Got to get the barrel inside that little hole. Take your excess and swing it back to where you can get the cable to go past that groove. Then you're in like flint. We need some slack in order to get this in place. What's the deal with that? Oh, here it is. That should do it right there. Yep. Okay. So you got two nuts down here to adjust. You want to leave some slack in the end result. And I still don't have any slack there. Usually there's not much space between this adjuster tightener nut and the first nut on the thing. We need some slack in this baby. So with that said, it has to go all the way in. And now there's some slack. It's not taut. All right, let's see how that works. Seems like there's not enough play overall. Let's look at the cables. I can't give it any more play. Oh, there's play in both. I think there's the right amount of play. If anything, yeah, that's fine.